Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. And today's topic is going to be how I save my film images that I used in a camera with film for about 40 years. So I've got thousands of pictures that were taken with film, and how I convert them over to digital and saving them hopefully forever and ever from then on. So, as many of you might know, the celebrities I photograph would be a very active, volatile, moving kind of people that I needed to use film and sometimes 35 millimeter cameras. Hence, I use 35 millimeter film. In those days, that's all there was. And then I also use professionals were demanded to use a 2¼ film because it was a square image, and many of the photos that we did in those days, and we still are, were for album covers. Hence, the square image was perfect for an album cover, and also portions of it could be used for magazine covers. Plus, this 2¼ film, that's what this is, has very, very high resolution. Okay, so the point of my topic here today is nowadays a lot of these pictures are extremely valuable. There are people, some of them have passed on, and they're still very, very famous. And the Donna Summer and Cher and Diana Ross, and many of my clients are extremely famous as well today. But their pictures that I did 30 years ago are also very valuable. Okay, so what I have had to do is I've stored all this film that I used to take in very carefully in various storage places, storage vaults, and kept them locked up in hopefully the climate controlled conditions. It doesn't do to get film hot and because the image is made up of dyes and film and all. We don't want it to fade, okay? So, and most of them I've noticed that my pictures still have not faded over the years. So, but next, what I had to do was, because of the advent of digital photography and the demands of magazines now and the email process and the internet, I've had to convert these film images into digital. So what I did, I researched some of the best professional scanners, they call them digital scanners, that have a laser gadget inside of them. This is one that I use. It's made by Pacific Scan, by the way, and it has many features to it. You can scan these 2¼ images. You put the film into a magazine like this. It's a magazine, and you load it into the machine, and you you connect it to your computer by USB wire and push a button, and it takes, depending on the resolution that you want, about 10 minutes to do a good scan. 35 millimeter can be scanned, okay. So you can scan your old film pictures professionally now. There's other ways of preserving them with your iPhone and all that, but this is how the pros do it. Because many of my pictures that I took maybe 30 years ago are enlarged up to portrait to poster size, and 16 by 20, 20 by 24. So the scan has to be done really well, okay? And so, okay, now we've got a scan that has been transmitted into the computer, and it goes into the computer, and you save them usually to My Pictures in the computer. And then what I have to do is I go to Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop, by the way, and I manipulate them and get them all adjusted to the size that my clients may need, for a magazine or so on. And then we save them from my pictures in the computer, all digital now, save them into an external hard drive. Many of you know about these, but this is made by Western Digital. It's really a hard drive, and it's connected to by USB into the computer. And so this particular hard drive can hold, I don't know, gigabytes, terabytes of images, and store them very carefully. It's a magnetic device, so it stores them magnetically. And I found them pretty trustworthy, and they're supposed to be, the images will last for 40 years, they say, in their advertising. It kind of concerns me. 40 years isn't really very long, but so just to make sure that the images in my external hard drive and in my computer as well, that I've scanned a very famous picture, people that are worth a lot of money, these scans. I also went so far as to figure out where to store the storage. And so this magnetic storage could be vulnerable to various things. The sun emits magnetic energy that could deteriorate the pictures in here. There could be a storm, a magnetic storm. Okay, so what I did, I learned that you can protect your magnetic storage by some kind of shielding. And so what I did, I shopped around and I found a trash barrel that's got lead, zinc, and lead and metal in it. And so what I do is, after I get through the scanning and all that, I put my magnetic storage into looks like a trash barrel, but it's really extremely safe, into a lead-lined barrel. And I feel like comfortable they're being protected, because the digital storage, it could be a problem for us in case a war breaks out or something. An enemy has a magnetic ray gun, and all that dumb stuff they talk about. So I store my magnetic storage and anything that's magnetic into this neat little trash barrel, which costs maybe $15. And also, this trash barrel has got lead lining also within it. So I'm being very, very careful. There's one other way to store your pictures, and that's on, you can burn them onto a disc. It's a laser disc, and this one is capable of handling a huge amount of pictures. So ironically, this is sort of old-fashioned, burning your pictures onto a CD, but CDs have a longevity to them that may surpass these magnetic storage devices. So this is two different schools of thought. So in some cases, I store my pictures not just on a magnetic storage, I burn them onto CDs as well. And I keep it all very carefully stored so nothing can happen to them. So, pictures of your loved ones, your kids and all that are really important to preserve for years and years and years. In my case, I get calls periodically for pictures of somebody that maybe passed away. Incident recently about somebody who passed away by a mistaken gunshot wound. He was a very famous actor, and the pictures were 30 years old, so I've stored all those pictures magnetically, and so you should do the same thing. So you could keep in touch with me. You can look up on my website my email address if you want to discuss the matter more, or look in Popular Photography. But anyway, keep your digital images stored very carefully, and it's become kind of like an art, a very quiet, silent art for me to properly scan my film images and store them properly. And then the next step of maybe another issue of from my site, I will do talk about photoshopping. So look at subscribe to my channel and write me comments. And I hope this is some help to you. This is Pacific Scan and lead line trash barrel. Okay, thumbs up, everybody. Subscribe to my channel, please. Okay, bye, everybody.